Hey, what's up guys? This is Alex with Alex Pro Mix. In this third video installment, I'm going to show you guys the final steps of mixing music in Dolby Atmos. In the first two videos, I showed you guys how to create a mix template from scratch and how to bring in stems into the template to actually mix a song in Dolby Atmos. In this video, I'm going to show you what files to send to your client and artist so they can preview your Atmos mixes and how to deliver the masters to the label for distribution. Tune in. This is Alex Pro Mix. Let's go. Hey, and welcome back. This is Alex with Alex Pro Mix. I'm a certified mixer with Universal Music Group, Warner Music Group, and I provided Atmos mixes for various record labels such as Atlantic, such as Empire, Sync Music, and Photo Finish. And in this video series, I've walked you guys through my workflow, my entire workflow mixing in Dolby Atmos, from the very beginning of creating a template from scratch, assigning channels. If you guys haven't seen those videos, I'll leave a link here on the video description so you guys can access those, as well as the video on actually mixing, taking stems into the template and actually making mix choices on headphones and on speakers. And in this video, we're gonna wrap it up. I'm gonna show you how to deliver Atmos mixes for client review, quality control, and then how to deliver the final ADM master. And we have the mix completed, and now we have to figure out how do we get the client to hear this mix? Well, if the client is nearby and they can come to the studio and check it out, that's great. However, 95% of my clients are all remote. They're in Nigeria, they're in South Africa, they're in New York, they're in all over the place. And so I have to come up with a way to have them hear the mixes and approve the mixes so that I can actually print the final master. So we are working in Pro Tools, and this is how it works in Pro Tools. So we have the stereo master down here, and we're gonna select it because remember, the stereo master and the Atmos mix have to be the same length, all right? So with the stereo master selected, I have my start and end time. I'm gonna go to File, I'm going to go to Bounce Mix, and I'm gonna select File Type, Wave Dolby Atmos. Here you're gonna enable Create Master File, and also select Create Re-Renders. Disable Import Re-Renders, we don't need to import. But here we're gonna choose Interleaved and Configure. And on Configure, we're gonna basically create a preset, which is gonna be a binaural preset. So I'm gonna call this binaural. This is basically the binaural mix. In fact, let's just call it binaural mix. There. Channels, change that to binaural, and the name is binaural mix. So what this does is that this exports my mix into two files. One file is the master ADM file, and then the second file is a re-render of the binaural mix. So with my destination selected, I'm going to click Bounce. And while this is bouncing, it's important to know that in order for anyone to experience Dolby Atmos, they have to have a Dolby Atmos enabled device, such as a playback system, a surround soundbar, a smart speaker, hardware such as Apple, such as AirPods. But if they don't have any of that, this binaural mix will basically play back the Dolby Atmos mix onto headphones. So this is really important to be able to send out your files and get them approved by the label or the client so that they give you the thumbs up, and then you can actually deliver the ADM file, which gets published on the streaming service. What's cool about Apple Music is that Apple streams both the stereo and the Atmos simultaneously, so the user can switch and toggle back and forth between stereo and Atmos. If they don't want to do that, they can just plug in their headphones and it's automatically set to Atmos. All right, cool. So we've exported this file. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to import the master file into the renderer. So I'm going to find where it is. Okay, so this is the ADM file. And I'm going to check one thing before I convert this to MP4. I'm going to click Command L, and I'm going to analyze the loudness. It's really important that you're meeting the loudness specification requirements by Dolby so that your song does not get rejected when you publish it to streaming services. And so this tells me that the loudness is set to -17.2, which means I need to turn down my mix by 0.8 dB so that I can be -18 dB. And the true peak needs to be at -1. So this mix is a little too loud for it to be published. Now, right now, I'm not going to worry about that because remember, I'm sending out this mix for the client to review. Once they approve it, then I'll deal with this in a different piece of software called the Dolby Atmos Album Assembler. But for now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to convert this file into MP4. And for that, I'm going to use the keyboard shortcuts Shift Command M, and I'm going to select encoding mode 768, entire master, no video. Okay. And this file I'm going to name Spatial Audio. I'm going to click Export. So what this does is that this converts the Dolby master file into an MP4 file, which is a multi-channel file that the client can preview on their iOS device. So what I'm going to send the client are two files. The binaural mix, which they can use any headphones to hear the Atmos mix on headphones. That's called a binaural mix. And I'm going to send them this spatial audio file. In order for them to hear that spatial audio on their iOS device, they need to follow some instructions. Now, I published those instructions on my website. You guys can find that at alexpromix.com/learn. There's an article on how to experience Dolby Atmos, and that gives you step-by-step instructions, where to save the file, how to load the file, what to enable on your headphones. So I'm not going to go through that in this video. I'll leave a link below for that specific article, and you guys can follow that. So these are the two files that get sent to the client, the binaural mix and this spatial audio mix. Once the client approves the mixes, then we have to go through another step, which is called QC, or quality control, to ensure that the loudness level is the right level before we actually send it for distribution. So what I'll do is I'll close Pro Tools and I'll open up another piece of software called Dolby Atmos Album Assembler. I do have a separate video that just shows you what this does and how to use it, especially for mastering, okay? And for this, we're going to use File, Import ADM BWF, find the file, and import it. From here, I remember that the loudness was minus 17.2, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to reduce this level by minus 0.8. And if I want to do additional changes, such as EQ, compression, I can do that in this software. In fact, a lot of times what I'll do is I'll bring in the stereo master file here, and I'll A/B it against my mix. And if there's any issues with EQ or any changes I need to make, this is like the last stop where I'll make those changes before I actually send and deliver the master file. For the sake of this video, I'm not going to show you that. Trust me, you guys can watch a different video that I've published. The whole purpose of this is just to show you where I make those changes. Now, is this mastering? Yes, but this is not like reinventing the wheel, right? This is just like final quality control. And there it is. The integrated loudness is minus 17.9. So I'm just going to turn this down 1. There we go. And then I'm going to select it and export an ADM BWF. This file right here is what gets published through the streaming services and through the distributor. And this file is the one that is approved by myself as the engineer and is sent to the label for actual distribution. So let's go ahead and play this. I'm going to go ahead and bring it up here. And let's play the final mix that I did. So be sure to wear your headphones. You're going to hear the binaural mix on YouTube. All right, guys, so that's all the time that we have for this video. I really hope that you guys enjoy this video series on mixing music in Dolby Atmos. If this is your first time watching, my name is Alex here at Alex Pro Mix. If you've been mixing music for quite some time and you're new to Atmos and immersive audio, feel free to hit me up directly at alexpromix.com. You'll find learning resources, you'll find courses. You can also find one-on-one coaching sessions, as well as audio mixing and mastering services. Thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you for your time. Be sure to tune in next time, subscribe, like, and share. I'll see you again real soon. Peace.